life and help you. So, we got somebody on here that plays in the band, and I'm sure the more they practice, the more they meet, the more they rehearse, the more they play, the better off they are. And that's with anything in life. If you want to master something, you're going to have to take the time to really put yourself into it. Miss Tiffany, welcome. Robert, welcome, guys, ladies and gentlemen. But welcome to the call. We're going to have a good call tonight. We're going to talk about two things. One thing is why are we here, realistically, and the other thing is where we're going to with automation. As you look around the screen, a lot of us have some age on our time, have some age on us, and that's okay. But we have not been blessed in the internet era, so a lot of this stuff to us is uncommon. It's something we're not used to, and it's something that we try to fear because, we weren't raised with a cell phone in our hand or a computer to do our homework on at night. We had the old school ways, and that's okay. Listen, don't let nothing frighten you in life, because if one person can learn it, everybody can learn. I'm going to go over some automation that we've been doing. We were supposed to have Charles Morgan, the owner of United Success Network, on with us again, because you do know I like getting people on the calls at night, just to give you different points of view. But here's some good news. About an hour before this call, Charles Morgan called me up and he said he was headed to the Detroit City Hall. They had called him in today a little early. He was just able to get to me, but they want him on a panel board for the restoration of the city of Detroit, which to me is very honorable. I mean, there's two things I know about Detroit. Number one, well, there's three things. Number one, it's got a great history, great culture to the African-American society in America. It was one of the safe havens during the migration from the south to the north. The other thing is it has some of the best music in the world, and as some of us older people know on this call, there's nobody that built a better car than Motown. I mean, Motown just had the cars, the Cadillacs, the Buicks, the Oldsmobiles, the Chevys. The cars that came out of Detroit were masterpieces. Even today, I'd love to get my hands on another 20 to just drive around with on a daily basis, because they just don't make cars the way they made them out of Motown. So he's back there right now introducing Friends United Networking to the city of Detroit for restoration of the city. And the way he's proposing it is that we all help each other. And that's the same thing we're doing on this call. We may not have 6,000 on this call. We may have 6, but it really doesn't matter. It can start, any movement can start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1,000. It really doesn't matter. The more you have, the quicker the movement. But it doesn't really matter what happens in a movement as long as somebody has a vision and they're willing to stick to that vision through the good, bad, and ugly. So Charles won't be showing up tonight. He'll be doing some more important work, which I'm really proud of him. He also has a stepbrother through another mother, so to speak, that has just now been employed by the Four Tops. You guys have heard, some of us have heard of the Four Tops, some of us haven't. But he's employed by the new Four Tops, and he's going to see him as well, because they're coming back with some new songs and some old songs, and they're bringing back that legacy music, which we all know. Motown was strong on legacy music. So Detroit is in the revitalization era. They want to come back to the major city. I'm here in New Jersey. I got Camden right across the bridge. I see Bob Beatty on the phone. He's from Philadelphia. He knows the story of Camden. It once a great city, completely abandoned, forgotten, left as a ghetto. Now it's going through restoration. That's something I'd like to go down and start talking to City Hall to see how we can help them with United Success Network. So these little things that we're doing, little bit by little bit, push by push, they don't seem like they're getting us anywhere. They're getting gigantic movement. We just don't know what it is until we start to see the results of it. So here's my question for all of you tonight, because this is the most important thing. Why are you doing what you're doing? What story are you selling to yourself as far as why are you here? Why are you even on this call? And I'm just being honest with you, because I think this is something that we truly got to cover, especially for a lot of us that have some, wow, that's beautiful. We got a lot of stuff. Hawaiian Punch, that's got to be show-esteem, my friend. Roseanne, welcome. Tiffany, I welcomed you. Jeff, welcome. The Galaxy 9 user, that was a young lady. I don't know who that was, but welcome. Al, welcome. That's got to be my buddy Alva. I see Bob there, Dennis, Alice, who have already spoken, and Joe Lanza, which I brought up, and Bob for real. That's Bob out of Florida. Bob, God bless you and welcome. But anyway, why are you doing what you're doing? Is it just to get out of 9 to 5? Is it to get some extra income coming into your family, maybe to pay some bills, stabilize the security, that roof over your head, go on a vacation? I don't know what you're doing, but I want to share something with you that's pretty powerful. Big Bob's calling me. Bob, why are you calling me? Check your phone, buddy. You might be dialing me, Big Bob. But anyway, I want to share something with you that's really, really, I think, important for each and every one of us. It's the story we sell ourselves. We're in a position and we find reasons for that position that we're in. We tell ourselves a story, whether it's, here's a good one. Last year, I'm going through the same things I was going through last year as I'm going through this year. Still got the same wife, dealing with the same health issues. We're making progress, but they're still there. But Charles can validate this. At night, at 12 o'clock at night, I would go for a 12-hour exercise walk or run every night. And I'd come back at 3 in the morning, and I'd get up at 9 in the morning to start my work. Well, I stopped that in the last 7 months because I told myself a story that my wife needed me more than those walks. That's the story that I sold myself on because I was lazy. So now I put on 15 pounds. I go to bed at 12, 12:30, and I don't wake up till 10, 10:30 in the morning. Why? Because I sold myself on the wrong story. Who do we got there? What do we got there, Jeff? Whatever you can do to get that mute out, Charles, I appreciate it.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff, welcome, buddy.
Hey.
How we doing? You good?
Good, yeah.
Okay. Can you mute out? Thank you. I'm going to bring you all back on. Don't worry, we have open questions, Jeff, but just mute out for now. So I sold myself on the story that my wife needed me more than I needed my own health. But here's the truth of the matter. If I'm not healthy, who's going to take care of my wife? So don't sell yourself on the wrong story. That's where I want to begin. I truly want to begin there. So what are we doing right now? Do you want to make money? We've been together since 2018, and a lot of us are still in the same place as 2018 that we are right now in 2019. Some of us haven't even strived or changed any of our rituals, any of our mindset, any of our daily actions, but we want to see different results. So do you really think that's going to happen for you in 2019? If you remain the same, what do you think you're going to get? I mean, you know all the answers. Do you want to face them? Do you want to ask yourself those questions? Do you want to answer those questions, or you want to keep lying to yourself? Because I promise you, if you keep lying to yourself, you're going to get the same answers to your question, and you're not going to like them. I had a young lady call me today. She said, Steve, what's going on? I said, I don't know, Stella, what's going on? Well, I want to know what's going on with the company. Well, what have you been doing? Well, I can't even get into my back office. Well, I guess you answered your own question. You just want me to verify it. So my question to her was, how can you lock yourself out of your own store? How? You got an email address, click on forgot password. I don't know what email address I use. You don't know what email address you used? You have no idea how to get into your own store. This is how much credibility. Hey, Bob Bowie, this is how much credibility, this is how much value, this is how much focus she has placed on her own business. I'm not talking about it. I've spoken to her in person about this, but guys, you got to start to ask yourself the question, why am I doing what I'm doing? Now, for years, I love to get on the phone and talk to you. You all know that. I come across, I call you all up. I've been calling you. You haven't heard me call you since probably the beginning of December of 2018. And some of you haven't heard from me yet because in 2019, I'm going to do something completely different than I did in 2018, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, and before that. I'm not going to beg anyone to come to work any longer. I'm going to leave that up to you. What is your why? What do you got to take care of? You got to take care of your kids. You got to take care of your spouse. You got to take care of your parents. What do you got to take care of? This is the question you got to ask yourself. What do you want to achieve? Because the only one that can achieve it is you. I can't help you with it any longer. I can support you. I can give you ideas. I can put you in touch with the right people, but I can't talk you into your own story. So your own story has to start now. And this is simply it. You set the story that you want to set. When you understand that story, you stop lying to yourself. Someone is in trouble employment. Our companies might not be doing well. Well, hell, you gave your best to that company, and now the company ain't doing well, so you have non-security of a job. Well, then maybe you ought to change up your job. Your relationship ain't going well because some financial problems are happening in your life. Stress is set in. Stress causes people to say the wrong things, stupid things to each other. Then you better get some finances against them problems to release that stress. Stress can also cause health issues. You got health issues going on, start getting the funds that give you the time to be able to go and take care of those health issues. And I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a health issue that can't be cured if you have time and you have money. You always notice people with money live pretty long. I mean, on the majority, they get the best medical care. They got the best time to heal themselves and then go to the best parts of the world to get that comfort and get those different types of people to help them heal. So listen, 2019 is going to be $1 million year. Are you in with it? Or are you out with it? I don't understand why you'd be out with it. We're online and we're going to go online. Now, can we make $1 million doing what we did in the past? Here's the story, guys. Can we do it? You got to be honest with yourself. No. Why is it no? Because you haven't done it in the past. I know I work a full-time job at home. I do 12 hours a day. I'm not bragging. 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day, sometimes all-nighters. And I ain't making $1 million, so there's got to be something wrong with the process or the strategy, which is next, that I'm implementing. So what do I have to do? I have to change the story in my head and stop my limitations. And then I got to go find people that have new strategies that can get me from point A to point B. And that's what we're working for. And we unveil automation. Why? Because automation can deal with more people than I can at one time. I don't have to be stressed out worrying about getting the people going all over the place. Automation can cover all of that for us, and it can start to handle mass amount of numbers. Now, it is a profession, network marketing. If you treat it like a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a profession, it will pay you like a profession. So there's your story, there's your choice, here's your strategy. Now, what we wanted to come up with is the strategy itself. And I revealed a little bit to you last week about capture pages. Capture pages, what capture pages do is they capture information. I mean, it makes sense, but they do the telling and selling for you. You don't have to sit in front of somebody and prove that your company is the best company, your product is the magic product, your compensation plan is going to make them wealthy beyond all means. A capture page in a system does that for you. Their choice is to go through with it or opt out of it. But here's the deal. You're not being taken an hour or two out of your day to deal with someone who's not serious about their own life. A capture page will do the seeding and sorting for you. And in the end, it will give you back what you're looking for, results. But it's going to take the stress away from you. One of the biggest problems that we all have here is we're tired of going with family and friends. We're tired of having no's. I was talking to Bob before. He said, you know, I don't want to do Facebook no more. My Facebook group is kind of negative. Well, everybody's Facebook group is kind of negative. That's why Facebook is so successful. People go on there for negativity, to complain. It's the way they release it. So if you're looking for great results in a place that's not there, once again, insanity, my friend. So what if you were to look for these people online that are typing in front of their computer? How do you make income from home? How do I build a home-based business? Sorry about the screen. How do I build a home-based business? How do I earn money from home? What if we are in front of those people instead of being behind the ones that say, well, I did that, that don't work. No, you didn't do it. You tried it, and you tried it half-ass, and you got half-ass results, and you quit. And now instead of saying to yourself, I didn't do this like a profession, you're going to turn around and say it's a scam. Why would you blame it? Because it's easier to blame something else than you blame yourself, and people do it all the time. I've done it for years. Heck, I know one thing, and I'm getting old. I've been blessed to be 60 this year, and that's something I'm not excited to say. I hit the big 60 this month, yeah, and the biggest problem I'm having with that number is now I know time is limited. Time is important. It's precious. Every second, every minute, every day is precious. For 60 years, flew by, flew by. I can remember robbing cars. I can remember getting in trouble. I can remember running all over New York City. I can remember doing everything possibly wrong in life. But I'm telling you, that's not something to be proud of, and that's not something that leaves a legacy. The way you leave a legacy is by leaving this world a better place than when you entered it. And there's no reason for that not to happen. I don't care about your background. I don't care about your parents. If you want to carry all that baggage with you through the next couple of years of your life, or the next 20, 30, 40, 50, you go ahead. I'm going to tell you what, it serves you no good. Because they didn't know any
Don't get
better.
them out. Don't get them out. I know what they look like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baba Booey, mute out, buddy.
Hey, Steve. Steve, this is Gerald. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I see you in there, Joe. I'm going to introduce you in a minute, buddy. Thank you. How you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right, bud. I'll see you in just a minute.
All right.
Yeah, if you want, you don't got to mute out. You can stay on because I'm going to let you take over in a second.
No, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
here.
Thank you. So anyway, as I was saying to you, it's what you leave behind. I want my wife to be secure. God forbid I check out before her. I want her to be able to live a life that she wants to live. I know no financial problems. I want my kids to know that I was a better man in the end than I was in the beginning. And I want people, myself, to be able to be proud of the last part of the journey. Because I got to be honest with you, the first part of the journey, there's nothing to be proud about except I lived through it. And it's a great thing. So now it's all about giving back and helping. And how do we give back and help? You know, I know you guys don't want to call people like I call people. I know you don't want to do it. I talked to Joe just came out and said hello to us. I talk to Joe all the time. Joe is a internet marketer with great success, but he does it differently than me. I know a lot of people don't have time to call people. There's certain times you want to call them. So listen, I'm not pushing you here to make 20 calls a day, 50 calls a day, 60 calls a day. That's an art, that's a gift, and that's something that I mastered in my time. But I got to be honest with you, it's a dying art. It's a dying gift because now I make 20, 40 calls a day, and I may speak to 4 people a day. The rest of them is going right to voicemail. So it's a dying art. The art that's picking up right now is copywriting, text messaging people. You're getting more response. Most of you got on this call tonight because what? Not because you got a call, because you got a text message. So we're seeing where technology is taking us, and we're seeing how to take advantage of what's in front of us. And I think the next evolution for all of us is starting to look at this automation and allowing this automation to work for us while we're working on 9 to 5, while we're doing things for our family, health care, taking care of them, raising our children, having our own life. There's something called automation. Now, is it foolproof? Nothing is foolproof. I mean, it takes time. We've been testing it over time. We've gotten great results. We're getting people to sign up all the time with it. We keep feeding the machine. But we're going to show you a couple of things tonight. And I think, tonight we have a special guest, Joe. I didn't know if he was going to be able to make it on tonight because, hey, everybody has their own little struggles in life. He's dealing with one right now. If he wants to share that with you, that's up to him. It's not my place. But Joe, if you want to come on and explain something about the automation, I don't think there's anybody better than you on this call that can help us.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, thanks for the shout out, Steve. I appreciate that.
I love you, brother. Thank you for your help.
Awesome. All right, guys. Now, my name is Gerald Allen, Jr. I've been an entrepreneur for about 10 years, off and on. I recently, in August of 2018, was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I am 32 years old. I'll be 33 next month, February 6th. So, heart failure is kind of taking a big toll on my health, among some other things I'm dealing with, brain tumor and things like that. But I wanted to really get on this call to discuss with you guys a few things about traffic generation. I'm going to get right into like coaching you guys as if you were paying me high dollar, like a lot of the students I deal with do. But before I do that, I want to hit on something Steve said. One of the most important factors in starting a business and the reason why my camera isn't on, guys, it's really dark where I am. So you wouldn't see me anyway if I can, just so you know, but you can look me up on Facebook, check on my Facebook wall, and whatnot. Just look up my name. You'll see me. My profile picture is me in the gym. So, but anyway, when you get into a business, a lot of people get into a business and they don't think about anything except how they want to make the money. There's no real system in place. There's maybe a replicated site that you're utilizing, right? There may be some little tidbits on how to get traffic, where you should go, but there's no real information on how to go from A to Z. Meaning, how do I separate myself from everyone else? What is unique about me and my business, the proposition in front of the people that I'm sharing it with? At the end of the day, when you're building a business like USN, and I've built a few different companies similar to this, the biggest thing is when everyone's selling the same thing, it's not that it won't sell. It's not that there's one person who's better than you, or you're better than this person. It's the approach they take in building it. And I want to kind of show you guys what I mean by that when it comes to traffic generation. Automation is huge. I mean, I've built funnels for 7-figure earners, and I mean, just look up some of the big guys on the internet. I've worked with a lot of them, a lot of 7-figure earners. I haven't been a 7-figure earner. I've been close, very close, as a 6-figure earner, and I'm probably gonna hit that mark this year. And it'd be nice to have a group of people who really want to make that happen. So what's in it for me? I show you guys traffic generation. What's in it for me? Well, obviously the testimonial. Okay, you guys understanding how to do this on your own. I was listening to a video today by one of my mentors, and they said, don't worry about the how. Okay, when you're building your business, guys, don't worry about the how. Look at the who. And here's what they mean by that. There's a lot of things in building a business and automating it and creating systems to run traffic to your business that actually convert people who want what you have. Remember, there are almost 1 million people a month or more looking for business opportunity. And some of these people have millions already, but they want to dump their money in other systems that automate income and allow them to make money on autopilot. I'm not saying there is a push button software that you push and then all of a sudden money comes flowing in. There's work to do when it's setting up automation. There are things that must take place, things that must be done, et cetera, in order to build an automated system. But once it is built, that is the foundation of your business. So then driving traffic is the second part of that. But before you can have automation and driving traffic, you got to know what you're actually offering people. And that's what we're going to get into. So just remember, this isn't about what you don't know. I don't want you thinking about the technical side right now. Don't think about what you don't know or what skills you don't have. That's not relevant right now, because we're going to talk about the who, being how you can actually get these things done and not have to be the tech guy, right? Not have to know how to create a logo, not have to know how to create a funnel, not have to know how to write an email or copyright. These are not important, because there's other people that outside of where you are that can do those things for you. The only thing you need to focus on is the structure and foundation as to the offer in itself and the approach and dynamic you want to take in building it. So if that makes sense, guys, just put something in the chat box. Let me know you guys are understanding what I'm saying. If I talk too fast, please let me know. Slow me down. Just say something in chat and I'll slow it down. I'm going to share my screen, Charles. Can you give me the ability to share my screen? And I'm going to go to a mind map, and we're going to draw out, guys. I want you to take notes, because this is I'm giving you guys what I charge $10,000 to learn. I mean, this is big. And I just want you to understand the concepts as we go through this, okay? So let me share my screen, Charles. I think I have access to it now. Yeah, I do. All right, so first I'm going to share this page here. So whenever I go off this page, it's going to pause my screen sharing. If you notice, it has it paused, but I'm going to stay here. So this is a mind map. This is just a little app that allows you to create a mind map. I'm going to show you guys the concept of building automation and structuring your business. But first, before we talk about automation, we need to talk about structure. All right, so we're going to go to this new mind map, but we're just going to take this little guy here, and we're going to move our screen. Normally, it should stick. There we go. So pay attention to this. Let me know if you have questions. So does anybody know the first thing when it comes to building a business? What's the first thing that you need? And there's no wrong answer here, but there's one specific answer. So can anybody, if you don't mind unmuting yourself, what's the first thing you need when building a business?
An offer.
An offer.
You need to
Yes.
be able to provide a service to people.
An
Provide a
offer.
service to people.
Very good. So an offer, and I'm glad you said that, Bob. So here's the thing. With an offer, you have a service, right? An offer can be a service, okay? An offer can be a product, a physical product, right?
Good opportunity.
Okay. It can be a physical product. An offer can be, absolutely, it can be a opportunity, okay? An offer can be any of these things here and then some. I mean, I can go on for days. You're talking, it could be an affiliate offer, which is selling other people's products. So we'll just say selling other people's products, okay? And that's basically an affiliate offer. And we'll explain that later on, but it's not super urgent to know that. All right, so outside of that, you can also do what else? Let's get rid of that there so it's not in our way. Okay. You're selling products, you're selling a service, you're selling opportunity. When you talk about products, guys, it can be, for example, maybe you have a e-commerce store, right?
Branding.
E-commerce store. It could be your brand, right? So let's go here. It could be your brand. It could be coaching services, as Bob said, something that's going to help people, right? So, and these are all different aspects of an offer, right? So after you, and we can go on, the list literally, there's no limit. Any service is an offer, whether it's a product, whether it's coaching, whether it's a digital product, and that's actually a very important one, a digital product. So digital products are like marketing series or ebooks or, how-tos, things like that. Those are digital products. Sorry, that's my daughter texting me.
Dating services.
Dating services, things like that. Now, when you go from an offer, guys, this is the most vital point. One of the biggest points to any business. It doesn't matter what product I have, right? If I have nobody to sell to, I mean, I really can't sell, right? I have a product, I have a service, I have something that's great, I have a business opportunity, right? We talk about opportunity here, and let's talk about a business opportunity because that's important to say business opportunity. I have something that would benefit other people, but I don't have a way, I don't have people to share it with, okay? So the next phase in that is what I like to consider your traffic or leads, okay? Traffic lead generation. This is highly important. This is the bread and butter of your business, okay? So let me just a second to get this to work right. Hang on. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so you want to go from your offer to your bread and butter, which is your lead generation. But in between driving traffic, okay? In between driving traffic and your offer, that's something that goes in between that. And what goes in between that will be based on what the offer is. This is what we call the funnel, okay? However, we're going to put the funnel right here. So your offer needs to go to traffic. But in order for your offer to go to traffic, you need to have a funnel, okay? A funnel, or as I call it, a sales system, okay? So again, why is this important? Why is having a funnel important before going from your offer straight to traffic? Let me explain. Remember what I said about differentiating yourself from the crowd, being different from every single other person in your business. And it doesn't mean that you need to be completely different, but you need to be different from what the corporate site says. And I taught this when I was in another company when we were building e-commerce. Everybody had the same layout in their store. Everybody. I was in California. There was like 7 or 8 people with the same layout, and it was great. The only problem was everybody who went to any one of those stores, they thought they were linked to the other stores because they looked exactly this. There was nothing different about them except maybe a color here and there. right? And so they thought this was this corporate chain when in actuality, they were individual people with their own home-based e-commerce store. So what you have to do is you have to differentiate yourself from the corporate sites because two reasons. Number one, corporate sites are good, but they're plain and they're not brandable. So Bob couldn't brand this to himself. Steve, Charles, you guys couldn't brand it to yourself, or anybody else, Alice, Tiffany. If you guys wanted to brand this to yourself, you can't do that, right? You can't do that because it's a corporate site. And the problem with a corporate site, and let me actually make this big again because I can see all you guys. There we go. The corporate sites are good, but they cause you to, again, be like everybody else. You want something that's going to make you stand out. That's what makes a funnel important. So I could send everybody to the USN page right here, and it may grab their attention. But what does the USN page say? Or any page for that matter, any business that you guys are in. Okay, I'm assuming this is primarily for USN. So let's talk about USN. It's a great site, right? But what are we actually showing them? So someone comes to your site, it just looks like they're going to sign into a site and that's it. There's no, it doesn't leave anything to the, like, it doesn't leave a big, what's the word I'm looking for? When I go there, I don't get excited. Okay. It's kind of boring. You know, it's a good site, but it's not exciting. It doesn't make me feel like, okay, wow, this is, dude, do I get one of these sites? When I see it, am I getting this site? This thing's going to convert like gangbusters. And here's why, because it appeals to me. The average person online who wants to make money, they're looking at two things. Number one, can I do what this is telling me to do? First thing, can I do what this is telling me to do, or what the person who brought me in is doing? Can I do that? Do I have the ability to do what they're doing, or do I have to get on the? Can I make phone calls? Steve's a great guy on the phone, right? Steve could close anybody. It's amazing, right? One of the best closers I know. But it's not meant for everybody else, right? Some people would just say, hey, look, man, let me put some money behind my business. Let me buy some high converting traffic. Let me get a funnel built, right? Let me get an autoresponder that'll email these people. And we're going to go over that in a second. Email these people about my business so that they know, because remember, guys, millions of people, even the big guys who have millions of dollars already, they look for businesses like this to just throw money at just because they want cash flow. They just want cash flow. That's it. But they want automation. They don't want to sit on phones or talk to people. They just want to automate. And Steve and I had a conversation about this. Even with automation, and this isn't every business, sometimes it's good to have that personal touch because it makes people feel good. And I'm going to teach you how to do that, again, without a phone. You don't need a phone call. All you need to understand is how to use chatbots, how to use Messenger, how to connect with people in a way. It's very, very simple. It's 3 or 4 conversations typing back and forth, and they're asking you, how do I get involved? But there is a technique behind it. There's a thought process behind it. You can't just share and expect people to join if you don't have things in order, if there's no explanation, if it's not laid out properly. Remember, people like the fact that, number one, you're unique from the corporate side. You're unique in your own right. But number two, it's duplicatable. I can do what I see. Guys, if this is making sense what I'm saying, and just so I'm not lost here, let me know. Put a hand out, something in the chat box. Let me know you guys are understanding what I'm putting down here. Okay.
Perfect sense, Joe. Perfect sense.
Very good.
Corporate sites become immune too when they get pumped out too much.
They do. And the thing about a custom site, Steve, what I love about a custom site is you can change it at will. Anytime you want. If you want to add this, if you want to add that, if you want to take away this, you want to take away that, there's no limit to what you can do, guys. And this is where we really get into the juicy stuff. So now that you guys know, we go from our offer. Anything you want to sell, guys, we're talking specifically USN. So for now, I only want you to focus on USN. By the way, it is not a business opportunity, okay? USN in its own right is different because it's not a business opportunity. It's a crowdfunding opportunity. It's a donation platform. It's an opportunity to build what you need to get what you want without the business aspect. Now, most people who get into crowdfunding platforms use the business opportunity angle. And you can do that if you understand how to the right verbiage. The key is the verbiage, the copywriting. Certain things that you say when you create a funnel, and I'm going to show you what I mean. Certain things that you say when you create a funnel for companies like this, you must be careful. And we're actually going to go through this together, and I'm going to show you. We're going to do it live, me and you guys. We'll create one live so you can understand verbiage. And I'm going to ask all of you guys to give your input, and we're going to do this in just a minute, okay? So the next thing we want to focus on, all right, let me just move this screen. It's little things at the bottom. There we go. Oh, on the side. Can I do that? Ah, there we go, on the bottom. All right, so here's the next step, guys. After you go from offer to traffic generation, right? Now, again, in between offer and traffic generation, technically is your funnel, okay? This goes in between them, okay? And this is part of the offer because when you break it down, you'll see what I mean. So once you go from traffic generation, the next step is to communicate with this traffic. Okay, by the way, let's talk about traffic generation for a split second. What is traffic generation? All right, here we go. Traffic generation, here we go. Traffic generation is social media posts, right? Oops, hang on. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Traffic generation is social media ads, right? It's Google ads. I know some of this stuff may be new to you guys, and we'll go over it. It's social media group posts, right? If you have a group in Facebook, I'm going to show you how to. You've got to really be vocal in your groups, guys. And it's something I was studying last night for about. I woke up at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. last night and started going through this. So it's something that, I'm going to share with you guys. So social media, social ads, right? Social media ads. This could be Twitter, Facebook, whatever. So if you want to go here and put here, Instagram, right? You want to put here Facebook, you can do that as well for the social media ads. And I teach Facebook ads as well. You've got Google. You've got one of my favorite solo ads, which is highly important. Again, this is lead generation, guys. We're just going to move this over a little bit. This might get a little crowded. I want to make sure you guys can see everything clearly. Okay. Move this here. Move that there, just to keep it clean. Okay. All right, so you've got solo ads, social group posts, basically, Facebook, Twitter, Google ads, which is insane. Google ads actually there's two things. There's Google display ads. There's actually Google shopping ads, right? There's Google, I believe it's AdSense. Google AdSense, which is basically like PPC in a way, but they're I think
PPC,
Google's better. PPC is I'm gonna explain that. There's also PPC, which technically is called PPC, means pay per click. There's PPC, there's PPV. PPV is pay per view, okay? And that means you pay per view on your ad, right? So PPC, PPV, solo ads. I mean, look, I could go on for days. There's YouTube ads. I mean, look, we could go on for days, okay? For days. There's no point in doing that. I just want you guys to have a bit of an understanding where I'm coming from here. All right, so now that I'm going to shrink this down just a hair. There we go. And I'll bring it back up once we go over, okay? Let's go to this section here. So now that you have all these ads, so you go from your offer, then you create your funnel for your offer. This is, remember, the funnel is the uniqueness and sharing the offer. And then you're going to put traffic in front of that funnel. Now, putting traffic in front of that funnel is highly important, but there's one thing you have to do after that. And you actually want to set these things up before you ever run traffic. So before you ever run this here, you're going to have your offer, you're going to have your funnel, you're going to have this next part, and traffic is going to be where you start to run and connect the dots, okay? So after you go through traffic, one of the next steps is this. Ready? It's called an autoresponder, okay? This is email marketing. This is huge. This is going to make up probably 90% of your business once you build it and get it and take the time to learn how to email market. And then, again, because this allows you to communicate with people without actually talking to them or even setting the emails up. You can actually automate this entire process where it'll email them for 7 days or 15 days or 20 days or 30 days or 120 days, whatever you choose. It'll literally send them emails regarding your offer, right? Once you set it up. And again, remember what I said in the beginning, there's work in the setup. Okay, don't let anybody say that there's not. But after the work in the setup, once it's done, then it's all about automating. And you can always go in and change anything you want. You can change this part, email autoresponder. You can change your funnel. You can change your offer. You can even change the traffic you drive it to or from, right? All of that, every single part of this can be changed with the snap of your finger. You just need to go in and change it. But you have the system in place. You get what I'm saying? The system is in place. All you have to do is put the pieces together. It's that simple. So what's an autoresponder series? Okay, Aweber, right? Get response. Okay, and we'll tell you what we suggest you use. Aweber, get response, SendLane, et cetera. I mean, there's probably more of these than I can think of. Infusionsoft, which we use for another business. Infusionsoft, et cetera, et cetera. Like they're all over the place. These little fellas allow you to email people on your list. Okay, so when you drive traffic to your funnel, right, they're going to opt into this funnel. So this funnel consists of a squeeze page or opt-in page where people are going to opt in. Okay, this is very important. They're going to opt into this funnel. Let me see if I can move this over just a little bit more so we can get more space going here. Let's see. You okay?
Hey, Joe, when you're moving that, can you go a little more in detail on that? Or I know you're going to, on that autoresponder. That autoresponder is because of 6-7-figure multi-million-dollar earners. That's like one of the most important parts. Everything is, but that's a heavy-duty part.
Yeah, I'll go into detail of the autoresponder. You're absolutely right. We haven't even touched on that yet.
I know.
But with the funnel, I just want to go back on that quickly because a funnel is not just there's a lot of moving parts to a funnel. There's the squeeze page, and then there's the sales page, if you have a sales page, right? And then there's the thank you page, if you have a thank you page. And then there might even be, after the sales page, there might be a upsell, right? There might be a one-time offer. We call that an OTO, right? OTO 1. And then you might even have, if they decline any of these, right, the upsell, then you might do what's called a downsell, okay? And I'll explain this. And then if they don't take offer number 1, you might do another one-time offer, OTO, right, number 2. And then you can do an OTO number 3. And this is how you get people to make decisions, okay? This is how you get people to make decisions. And then at the end, you might say, okay, thank you page, right? You know, there, downsell, they say no, you say fine, let me just give them another OTO. So here's OTO number 4, you know, in that series. And then, of course, once again, you might have a thank you page, okay? Now, and again, this is going to vary based on your funnel. But I just want you to understand the funnel, don't get scared by this. Remember what I said? Don't worry about, oh my God, Gerald, how do I do all this? How? Don't think about that, okay? Well, remember, we're going to talk about the who. And that basically means outsourcing your work. 90% of the stuff, listen, when I first got online, I couldn't do. Steve will tell you. Steve used to work with me I mean, I could always type quickly. I was always a 100 words a minute guy. But building this stuff, Steve will tell you, there's a time where I couldn't talk about half of this. I never knew what it was.
Absolutely.
So I buckled down, got over six figures, and showed Steve, and he's like, "Where the hell did you learn all this, man?"
That's a 10-year relationship, guys, that we had when I was excelling with phones and doing aggressive recruiting. Joe was sitting back and learning the art of the trade, and this is it. But go ahead, Joe, you take over.
Yeah, so it's a massive learning curve, guys, and we'll go over all of that. We'll go over. So don't let all these boxes scare you. So moving on back to autoresponder. So someone needs to mute. Charles, can you mute everybody out and then unmute me? Okay, I'm unmuted. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. So now that we're done, I see that we have 21 callers on now. That's good. So now that we're on automation, guys, and for those of you who just came in, let me give you the very fast rundown of what we've been discussing. We're talking about traffic generation, okay? How to automate what we're doing here, how to create a system that will allow you to promote your opportunity in a way that makes you different from everyone else, but also automation so that you're not having to sit here, 6 hours out of the day trying to figure out what you're going to do. We only want to work on income producing activities, things that are going to enhance our business, things that are going to bring in revenue. Again, I was watching a video on this today from one of the people that I'm training for, and they said, put the most important things that are income producing, that are revenue producing, with a big green dot. Then put the things that are, not as income producing in small green dot. And then put the things that you don't know how to do in a red dot, okay? And circle them. And only focus on the big green dots. And then if you got like extra time in the evening or extra time after the big green dot stuff is done, then you go in and you focus on the little green dot. But you never focus on the red dot, because if you can't do it, whoosh, go find somebody who can. Your time is better spent doing income producing things when you're building your business. That's just the way it works. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what product you have. It's all the same when you consider setting up the system and letting it work for you. So for those of you who just came in really, really quickly, this is all we're talking about. An offer, okay? Automating. What is an offer? USN being a crowdfunding offer, right? Offering people the opportunity to join a platform and receive donations. And then you have e-commerce, you have products and services, you have coaching, you have et cetera, digital products. These are offers. We talk about taking those offers through and building a funnel for that offer. A funnel consists of a squeeze page or an opt-in page, or in some cases a landing page, right? And then you're gonna have a sales page, and then you're gonna have all this other extra stuff in order to get people to take action. So they always have something that's telling them you don't want to miss this. And eventually you just say, you know what, thank you for opting in. We're just going to keep sending you information, and maybe you'll make a decision, and maybe you'll buy this product or this service, or maybe you won't. But the people that you send here, that's the traffic, and that's going to come from many sources depending on what you choose to promote, how you choose to promote, your budget, your things like that. But this part here is important because you want people who want what you have. You don't want to sell, hot dogs to a vegan. You don't go and, get traffic that vegan people buying meat. It's not going to happen. So you have to find the right traffic. And this is something we spend a lot of time on, because if you don't know where who is looking for what you want, if people are in health and fitness and you're saying, hey, I know you're in health and fitness, but I'm going to sell you guys a business on building Facebook ads. Well, they're in health and fitness. So what they want to focus on is bringing them clients who want health and fitness. If that's what they do, they don't want to focus on building ads. They want to focus on getting people in shape. So you need to sell them a service that gets them clients. So I tell you what, I see you're in health and fitness. I see you like coaching people. Let me build you a funnel and build some traffic for you and bring you clients. Now you've given them what they wanted. You've answered their problem. You solved it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Traffic is so important. You want people that are looking for opportunity to earn or make money through whether it's donations or not. The point is, if they can take this and it become that, that's what you're looking for. Someone who has this and wants to flip that is a good term to this. Okay, and they want to do it without having to spend all this time on the phones. Or again, for those who love phones like Steve knows it, that, you know, that's his thing, but not everybody wants that. So automation is key. Once we get from the traffic side where we get our people, the next step is they're going to go through this funnel. We're going to drive the traffic. They're going to get an automatic email series sent to them probably once a day or twice a day from an autoresponder. This is massive. So email marketing, guys, is important. And here's why. Email marketing, it allows you to automate your message. So for example, your first message might be, hey, listen, thank you for joining my list. Glad to have you here. I noticed that you didn't take action on our offer yet. Is there anything I can help you with? Or, hey, thank you for joining our list. I'm very excited to have you in the shoot. Look out for the next email. You're going to find some amazing things. And then there might be a video in there telling them to take action, or telling them that the only imperfect action is better than no action, or whatever that email is in the beginning. And you just drip feed them. Here's the key word, drip. When you're doing emails, you drip feed them emails on your offer. Share testimonials. Share your why. Share other people's why. One thing you don't want to do is whine in your emails. You don't want to sound desperate. You don't want to sound, oh my God, if they don't join me, I'm going to die. No, you are the entrepreneur. And in your email, you need to talk to them like you're talking to your best friend. You know, hey, Bob, listen, I'm glad to have you on the list. How you doing today? I mean, listen, it was a funny story. I was outside barbecuing, right? And I got a whole bunch of wasps flying around me, or whatever the case may be. You know, I burned all the burgers. My wife was upset, whatever. But you know what? The one thing I did get right was my business. And always take them back from, I hear an echo. So always take them back from the story, right, to the offer. But again, you want to join the two together. And it can be humorous. It can be serious, like really serious. It can be sad, but not to the point where they're like, what the hell? I'm never going to join this person. They're depressed. You don't want that. You want it to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You want them to gravitate to your story. Okay. You want them to relate to it. So talk about something in everyday life, something, you know, maybe with the kids, maybe going, taking kids out to a soccer game or after school events or things like that. You want to focus on sharing a story in your email. And this is another thing that we teach, is how to craft your email so that it makes sense. And this is not something, guys, by the way, this is something that Steve, myself, Charles, and a couple others are putting a lot of effort into gaining even more knowledge and experience in. We spent a lot of money to get to this point. Okay. So understand that what we're giving you this is not theory. I promise you, this is 7-figure earners, 6-figure earners like myself, like Steve, 7-figure earners that are way beyond us, who love us, give us this knowledge for our other businesses as well as this one. So you got to remember that. Don't sit on this information. Don't. I promise you, if you sit on it, next year, you're going to be right where you are right now, wondering when the next webinar is and when you can learn something. Start now. Start building right now. There's a lot of people that are going to tell you can't do it. It's crap. It's fake. I don't believe in it. And that's fine. If you don't believe in it and you don't think you can do it, I can't help you. But I can tell you, he who believes he can and he who believes he can't are both right, because it's based on your belief. But I can promise you, if you understand how to build a system, if you understand how to make a system, and if you have the right people to guide you in that system, you're not going to fail if you do the right steps. It is an action thing. It does take putting some capital to work for you, or you trade your money for time, meaning you put in the work. You have to do one or the other. Put in the work or put in the money to work for you. Those are the only two options that you have if you want to build this. I promise you, I promise you, there's no other way. I've been doing this for 10 years, 10 years off and on. And believe me, I've lost more money than I've made. And I told you, I've made close to 7 figures. That's insane. And I've had partners who blew me out of the water, but they did things I wasn't willing to do until now, right? For the last, I'd say 12 months or so, I've just ran. And you guys need to do the same thing. You guys have a great support system. You guys have Steve. You have myself, Charles. There's no reason why you guys shouldn't be pushing this at all. There's no reason why you shouldn't be putting effort in. So again, an email autoresponder allows you to communicate with people in such a way that it's automated. It's about emailing them. And you can do this in many ways. You can do it with a video. You can do it with text. Like text, you can actually type them an email and set it up. And setting up an email is so simple. Setting up the whole entire, and I'll do a video. If that's what it takes, I will do a video on that. If that's what it takes. If we have to string you guys, give you guys what you want, give you all the information you need, whatever it is you want to do, then we will help you do that. But we're going to get into why it's important, the who in a minute. Because learning all of these things, though they look like they're not much, has taken me every bit of 2014, 4, almost 5 years. 5 years. And guess what I'm doing? I'm still learning. And I'm a geek, ask Steve. I'm a bit of a nerd. I love this stuff. But I'm still learning. I still get stuck sometimes. So again, the offer, the funnel with the offer, the traffic that you're going to take to that offer, the email marketing system and what you're going to respond to that traffic on a daily basis consistently. And actually I was going to talk to Steve about this, but we're going to increase our emails to 2 to 3 a day. So we're going to now create another 14 to 21 emails. Okay. Because the more people see something, the more it feels, the more they're comfortable with it. Oh man, another email from Steve. What's this about? Right? Oh, that's funny. Oh, he did that. Ha ha. You know, the people adjust to you. The more they see it, the more there's familiarity with it. And you want that because that's going to make them take action. And again, when we talk about these people here and who they are and where they come from, you'll know who's an action taker and who's not an action taker. This will be the point. This will get you yes people or crap people. People who are just tire kickers. You don't want tire kickers because tire kickers don't make money. They don't build businesses. They don't work platforms because they don't know how. And not only do they not know how, they don't want to learn. It'd be different if they want to learn. So understanding how to get that traffic is going to be key. All right. So any questions so far, please unmute yourself and ask me so far before we start talking about building an actual page, which I'm going to show you.
The only thing I'll add, guys, is you probably heard this if you've been in the industry at any amount of time. The fortune is in the follow-up, and the fortune is also in the list. Now, what they mean by that is the list is the autoresponder. This is something that I totally screwed up on. Totally.
Let me hit on that, Steve.
Go ahead.
That's important, and I'm glad you brought that up. So an autoresponder is how you build what Steve is talking about. So an autoresponder is going to build that list. Now, that list of people, and I appreciate you getting on that, Steve, because this is huge, and we're going to call it the list of.
I wouldn't be here if I did that right.
Yeah, the list of buyers and potential partners. All right, so this is huge because that autoresponder series that we just talked about, the reason why it's so important. The reason why it's so important to the buyers because these are the people that you're emailing out every single day. So you're emailing these people, you know, and we're going to do this in all caps. You're emailing, 1 to 3 times daily, right? And this is not spam. I'm going to explain why. When they opt into your funnel right here, they're saying right here that I'm wanting to get emails from you. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you're talking about. I want to know what you're sharing. I have an interest in your product, service, business, blah, 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 blah. Right? So this list, and Steve said it best. Let me tell you something. When I was running an e-commerce store, my store, I was telling Steve the story, and Simply Fabulous was named my store. Simply Fabo. We built an email list. And with marketing, the really cool thing about a lot of the marketing systems is you can take those lists and you can tell the marketing system to find people like the people in that list. So people who have the same common interests based on their targeting, if you're using Facebook or Instagram or even Google, it has data on these people. So it'll find other people like them and put your offer in front of them. This is like golden. And a lot of people don't know you can do this because they never understand it. It just doesn't make sense, but it can be done. So this big list of people here that you build up through email marketing, basically autoresponders. So when they go from your funnel system goes into that traffic, that funnel system is going to take the traffic, because technically if we wanted to, we could put this here and say the funnel system takes the traffic to the autoresponder, which it does based on streamlining it this way. So the traffic that comes from that funnel goes into an autoresponder system. Something like, again, Aweber, Get Response, SendLane, etc., etc., etc. Right? Okay, so these are how you automate emails. And I want you guys to do some homework tonight and just look at these different. Don't sign up for anything because I'm going to do something special for you anyway. I told Steve we were going to do it, and we're going to do it. So this is an email series, right? An email series allows people, so there's 249 people that you can constantly share stuff with in this list. This list hasn't even been built for 30 days, guys. Hasn't been growing until we just started doing it. You're driving traffic to this list, okay? You send out an email follow-up series. I'm going to teach you how to use these systems. This is what Aweber is all about. It's actually my favorite autoresponder series. So people are going to go from your landing page straight into this system. All right. So let me give you guys an example of what that looks like. Let's do a whiteboard drawing. Hang on. Let's see if I can do a whiteboard drawing with this, and then maybe this will make more sense.
Okay. And if I could add this, Joe, if all of you went to your YouTube channel right now, if you went in and you looked at YouTube, everybody just went in and put it, I don't want you to, but you go to YouTube right now, right? Bob's YouTube page would not look like Dennis's. Dennis's would not look like Steve's or Gerald's. And the reason for that is YouTube is putting in front of you videos that you like. So they're going after your likes. And that's what he was talking about when he said the social media side and the informational side can put leads in front of us of people we previously dealt with. So it's always a lookalike audience. Lookalike audience. Okay.
And again, this is something I'm going to teach you guys at a later date. So can you guys see my whiteboard?
Yes, Joe, we can see.
You can
Yeah,
see.
we can.
Okay. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to move some stuff around so that I can see better.
And ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy. You have a mic. You have a video. Come on out. Say hello.
Yeah, ask any questions. So, guys, we talked about two things. So that landing page, okay, you got to excuse my artwork, okay? I'm using my max ability. This is your landing page, right? So you got your, your headline here. Let's see here. Boy, that's horrible drawing, but you get it. Okay, you got your headline here. And we'll explain what headlines are, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then you've got maybe some text here, okay, talking about like bullet points to the headline. This is your attention grabber. And then you've got some bullet points or something here. And you've got this little box here. How many of you seen this box that says enter your email, right? Or your name, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Well, this is horrible, guys. John, don't.
Hey, Gerald,
Yeah?
why don't we go show him the one we just been working on? Why don't we show him, why don't we pull back a little of the curtain here and show him what we've been working on?
Well, we're actually going to do that. But the reason why I'm doing this is to show them something. So you're going to put your email here, okay?
All right.
We're going to do that. So this is your email. Now, once they put their email in, here's where they're going to go. two things are going to happen. They're going to go here to the autoresponder. Okay. So we're just going to call this auto. Okay. Again, excuse my penmanship, guys. I'm literally doing this from the scroll pad of my my Mac. But they're also going to go after that from your autoresponder. They're going to also go to your offer. Okay. So remember that first page. Geez, this is horrible writing. But
I agree with you, Gerald.
so you get what I'm saying. I don't have my mouse, my other mouse. So going from the head from the landing page, they're going to go to your autoresponder. They're going to go to your offer, and then from your offer, they'll go to the different pages like your sales page. Put an S there for sales, you know, and then your other offers, you know, your OTOs, blah 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 blah. Okay, this is much harder, guys, than it looks. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you a live page that and how this works. So give me a second to draw that up, and I will show you that right now. Give me just a second. So remember, the offer is already part of the funnel. Okay, so that's the key. You find your offer, and then you go to your funnel. And I'm going to show you right now one of the pages that we. You want me to just go to one that we built, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is that okay?
Sure. Go ahead and show them.
All right. I'm just going to show you one that I built. Let's see if it loads up here. And I will share that with you guys in a moment. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's just go ahead and go to, let's exit out of that.
Hey, Steve, I just sent you a text.
All right. Okay, here we go. You share it there, share. So this is one of the pages that we built, right? So it says, this is a capture page. Okay, so with it being a capture page, all right, so I'm gonna kind of be going through, can you see, you guys can see this too, right?
Yeah, we see it.
Okay, I'm on the.
You're back on the bubble. My map.
So if you see where we go back to the offer. All right, so here's the offer right here, and then here's the funnel. Okay, and then here's the funnel. So the funnel will already have the offer incorporated in it once you go here. So here's a squeeze page. Your sales page is also this is your offer page. Okay, so if you go here is a funnel, the first part of the funnel. This can be made any way you want, and this is actually a simple page. This isn't detailed. This isn't hard. It's simple. So here you got your discover how you could flip a measly $50 into $15,200 over and over again. So I'm leading you with the discover or the learn, or what I'm doing here is I'm building curiosity. Then I'm emphasizing you, meaning you, the person looking at this. So I'm making it feel like I'm talking to an individual, right? I'm saying, hey, look, Steve, you're looking at this page. Discover how you, Steve, you could flip. Yes, I said flip $50 into 15,000. And you can do that over and over again. So I'm emphasizing to Steve without saying Steve, but by saying you, I'm emphasizing what you are capable of. You flip 50 into 15,000. That's why that's in red. So discover how is just showing you you're about to see how it's done. I also use the word could because it does take setup. It does take work. The word could is based on you, right? Flip, obviously, that means instead of earn, when you're talking about, this is actually for USN. So the reason why we use the word flip, because this is not about earning. This is not about making money necessarily. It's crowdfunding donation platform. So when you say flip, it doesn't insinuate, okay, I'm going to take my 50 and I'm going to put it in the system and it's going to make me so much money over and over again, right? It's saying I'm going to put my money in here and it's going to flip into, but it's based on, again, the word could being what you have to do or what effort you have to be, whatever you have to put in. This thing has converted quite well so far that we've tested. Charles, I think you need to be muted out, I think. But this is the basic verbiage. So discover how you can flip a measly 50 into 15,000 over and over again. As for the email, here this is, get instant access. Now, if you went on your phone, your mobile device, and you typed in this domain, theroadtoriches.com, and you looked at it on your mobile phone, it's going to look similar to this page, but it's mobile optimized. What that means is 90% of the traffic that you run to your page, 90% of the traffic that you run to your page can be considered mobile depending on the traffic source. Facebook ads, mainly mobile. Instagram ads, mainly mobile. Google ads, well, that's 50-50 on mobile. Most people don't really look at stuff from desktop anymore unless they go straight to email signups. And that's where the whole email marketing system comes into play. So let's just go in and put one of my email addresses in here, and I'm going to show you what happens. So instantly, when I click this button, it's going to put me in the autoresponder series. That means I have this page set up to automatically put them into Aweber or GetResponse without them ever seeing it happen. Ready? Now it takes me to the opportunity page. So here's what happened. Let's go back. We went into the sales funnel to the squeeze page, which was the first part of the sales funnel. So here's the sales funnel as a whole. We went to the squeeze page. We opted in. Okay, so I was in traffic. I opted in. Now, when I opted into this page, what happened was I went into Aweber. So if I was to redraw this as a simple box, this is how it would look. Okay, it would look like this. It would look like this. Okay, squeeze page, right? Which is to my offer. Okay, autoresponder. And remember, customer never sees it. Okay, here's the thing though. They knew it because it said enter your email in there. So from that autoresponder, the next step, sales page or offer. Okay, so squeeze page, which is my funnel squeeze page, autoresponder to my offer. Okay, now here's the offer. So take a look at the page. Nice background, clean background image. Pixels look good. Here's what you've been waiting for. An incredibly simple and profitable platform that allows you to receive as much money as you want. Introducing, and then boom, the logo, right? Okay. Discover our team-supported crowdfunding platform that generates $50,000 to $15,000 over and over again. Now, I put a button here. Start receiving donations now. This is highly important. This is a call to action. The reason why I put it so close is because you can already see all this happening in the very beginning. So what happens if they click that? It's going to take them a login. It's going to take them a login to United Success Network. Okay, if they choose. But let's say they said, you know what? I don't have enough information to click this button right now. I want to learn more. Great. Step one, watch this 4-minute video presented by company United Success Network. Okay, video explaining how it works. Okay, this is your guys' USN Flip 50 video that teaches how the process actually works. Right after that video, guys. Okay, right after the video, I'm saying to them, hey, start receiving donations now. Remember, call to action is so important. It's so important because you don't want them sitting on this page not knowing what to do. You want them, that video should excite them. After that exciting video, guys, we want them to click right here, okay? We want them to click right here. Where does it take them? Boop. Actually, hold on, let's go back because I don't like doing that. But basically, after the video, it's going to take them to where I just showed you. Okay, and I'm going to right click it so you can see it. After the video, right here, it takes you to the registration. Sign up. Let's get going. Okay, that's what it does. Now, after you get through this, let's just say they're like, oh man, you know what? I want to know more. Cool, no problem. Give them a quick breakdown. Just a quick breakdown. Now, after all of that, it says, yes, I'm ready to join your team. They're gonna put their mouse over it and they're gonna see that they can click on it. So they're gonna click on it. And what's it do? Another call to action. Okay, that's 3 call to actions so far. Now, then we go in and we break down the donation levels. So if they're like, hey, you know what? I need to know more. This isn't enough information for me. Okay, great. We break down the donation levels and how they work. What is what? Okay, so they understand it. Again, this is for USN. Okay, we break it down, but I keep going back to this part. Why is that? Because if they do the work, the numbers are there. The numbers are here, guys. I don't care what's black and blue, what's white and yellow. Listen, the numbers are here. I don't know about you guys, but I know what this business is going to do for me because I understand systems. I understand building. I understand how to make it work. That is why you're on this call. Okay. So again, I go back to receiving over and over again. Now, what do? I say step number 2. So remember, step number 1 is all the way up here. Watch the video. You've had a call to action, another call to action, and then you got step number 2. And I was going to put a button right here, which I may do that, but I didn't because step 2 is complete registration. Once again, go here, registration. Now, here's one of my favorite things. Some of you guys, I don't know if you're on the call, but you might recognize your video. There's 4 of you guys, and there's probably a lot more. This is huge. Listen to me. If you haven't done a testimonial for this company, if you've made, I don't care, $10, make a testimonial video because when we promote and market, it benefits you. That's your face. It doesn't have to be a lie. What are you doing? Hey, listen, I've made money. You don't have to give the amount. Listen, I made money with USN. Great company, great team, great systems. Looking forward to what we have to offer in the future. If you haven't joined, I recommend you join now. There you go, guys. I did that in 15 seconds? 15-second video. Get it out there, load it to the site, and there you go. You're going to get people who are, number 1, joining your site, people who are, because they understand that you're an authority. The minute you shoot a video, you become an authority because people see that you are willing to do what most people aren't willing to do. Okay? It's that simple. You just have to show them. That's it. You just have to show them. So this is a sales page. And after that, that's it. Now, once they go here, most people are going to click here. Someone's writing on the wall here. Charles, is that you?
No, it's not me, but I'll take care of it.
Oh, someone else has screen share maybe?
They have ability to write on your wall.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
I gave them that.
Yeah, take that away, please. So again, you have your funnel, your autoresponder, and your squeeze page. That's the simple version. But inside of all of that, right? So inside of all of that, let me just find it. Here we go. Is this. So there's the system as a whole, breaking down and sending them email series. And after you send them all that email series stuff, I don't even know where the funnel part went. But basically, you have the simple part, which is, the funnel, the autoresponder, the sales page offer, and then your one-time offers. With USN, you don't need that, okay? With USN, go back to this, guys. You don't need anything but that. That's it. But if you had other services, you could create a more in-depth funnel. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? And if you do, please feel free to. Oh, Glad Money says this is good training. Thank you, Glad Money. If anyone has any questions, please ask. I'm all ears.
The only thing I was going to add on that, Joe, is the other thing is when Joe keeps putting in receive donations over and over again, that's a mental thing. That's why they're here. So he's consistently supporting that. He's reinforcing why they're here, just in case they get a little confused, because we got about the attention span of the gnat these days. So
yeah,
he's reinforcing that on everyone. Go ahead, Joe. Anybody have questions? Take your mic off, please.
And that's so important, Steve, because a lot of people. Charles, can you mute? I can hear you. I can hear you clicking away.
Who's drawing on our board, Charles?
I can't mute it. I'm recording it.
Who you
Okay.
got drawing?
A lot of the psychological part of a funnel or of a landing page or of anything, it's about the benefit. Okay. The benefit is so important, guys. People need to feel the benefit. They need to understand the benefit. What does it do? Over and over again. The benefit, the benefit, the benefit, the benefit. Here's what you've been waiting for. You've been waiting for this. I should have put you've in caps, right? I might change that. You've been waiting for this. I'm talking to you directly. Okay, it is so important you understand that when you're speaking to, because everybody that goes to your funnel is an individual. Don't think of, can I get 100 people to my funnel? That's great, but when one person comes to your funnel, they need to feel like it's just them. You're talking to them. Okay, that is one of the most important things about building a funnel. 90% of people don't understand that. Why? Because they're so busy thinking about the masses. And that's great. When you shoot a YouTube video, you don't say, I want to help everybody achieve all of your goals because everyone matters. You can say that, but it starts like this. I want to help you achieve your goals because you matter. And every person that watches that video is going to feel that one-on-one. They're going to feel that you're speaking to them. It's about you, your system, what you can do to help me, right? It's not about me trying to help the masses. Even though my video is going to be seen by thousands of people, every person that watches it hears me say you.
Steve, I sent you some email, some text.
You, your dreams, your desire, your want, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so, and we'll get, like I said, I'll try to get more in depth on a lot of this stuff. I know we don't have a lot of time tonight because we can go in grave detail. So, any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Let's see if anything in the chat. If you don't want to talk, write it in the chat.
Can I throw 2 cents in?
Yes, probably. Yeah.
We want to lead. We want to be leaders. And what we do is we lead the people. We don't push them. We don't coerce them. We don't sell them. We don't do any of that. What we do is we lead. We do what we do. And it's something I've learned today on another inspirational call that I was on. And what we do is we just lead the people that follow us. We do what we got to do, and they see what we're doing, and then we continue, and they follow us, and we make them into be leaders. I just want to throw that out there.
No, and I agree with that. I think someone asked me to. Zena asked me to do a quick overview. So basically, real quick, what we were doing is we're talking about processes and automation. Basically, getting people to a page, right, and then getting them to an autoresponder series, right, like Aweber or GetResponse, where you will automatically email them. They never see this, but they'll see when they enter their email address, they know they're giving you their email address to get access to that information. And that's another point. Let me point that out. Let me point that out really quickly. So, okay. So when someone goes here to this page. They are saying, you're saying in order for them to discover this, they need to give you something. This is basically give to get. Okay, this is the most important factor. We are giving you an opportunity to discover how this can happen for you. But in order for us to give you that information, for you to see what's on the other side, we need your email address. The reason why we want that email address is so we can build that list, so we can communicate with that list every day on why this is so important, so that we can get them to pull the trigger and make a decision. Okay, this is highly important. And being a leader, Bob, going on to what you said, a lot of it is being able to take these people and communicate effectively to them on autopilot, but effectively write your emails or whatever you're going to do to communicate with them the opportunity, sharing experiences every day within the business. Okay, sharing what the team is doing as a whole. Don't always make it about what Bob's doing, right? Like you said, leaders, show them what the team is doing. Show them how the team is growing. Show them how the team is excelling, how the team is profiting. And we won't use the word profiting, but how the team is receiving, you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, it's highly important. But the reason why they go in here is because they want to discover how to do it, how it can happen. Okay, so we ask them for their email. They go on our AWeber list or our Get Response list. They get emails from us every single day explaining this, how this works, sharing the experiences so that we can help them pull the trigger to join, to be a part of this amazing thing that we have, this amazing platform. And then in turn, they will go out and build this as well. And when you have a system, what did I say before, guys? The biggest key to a system, right? Let's just shrink all this down. The biggest key to a system is right here, okay? Let me delete this real quick. All right. The biggest key to a system is automation, okay? It's all right here, okay? It's all right here. It's an offer, whatever you're selling, services, business opportunity, e-commerce, digital products, whatever you're selling, to a funnel. So your offer is going to go inside this funnel, which consists of your squeeze page, which then takes them to your sales page, aka your offer. So what we'll do, just so for those who need it, we're going to let that be known that that's your offer, okay? And it's really simple. Don't let all of this confuse you. At the end of the day, all of this is as simple as this, right here, right here. But it's just detailed. Now, when they go from the sales page, this is where they're going to go here, okay? And you're going to email them email series, right? You know, maybe it's a 30 day. Who knows, right? So when they, and actually, I apologize, they go, they actually go from the autoresponder to the, 30-day email series. So it should go here. Right? And then you go, so you got it. You get what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, once you get them in the email series, they're going to get follow-ups. These email series are basically business. They're going to be opportunity follow-ups. And testimonials, right? And just, you're going to share stories with them about the opportunity and lead them back to the opportunity. Okay? Lead them back to the opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, let's get some questions. Let's get some questions answered, or see if there's something I can do.
All I got to do is unmute himself.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say one thing and then I'm going to mute out. Bob, perfect thing you said. You know, People don't like to be sold. People like to buy, and they will buy all day long if you give them the proper information. But I want you guys to look at this a little deeper. Gerald has broken down the system for you, and that system works. I can tell you through trial, it's coming out really, really well. But what I want you to really think about is what he showed you. If you can go back to the beginning of that system, Gerald, the offer is their pain.
Yes, correct. It is.
The funnel is their pleasure. Now I'm going to ask you a question. What do you want, pain or pleasure?
Pleasure.
Well, there you go, guys. Offers pain, funnel systems pleasure. Where do you think they're going to go?
Pleasure.
There you go. That's the power of it.
And we haven't even hit on that, guys.
I know.
That's so. Steve's dead on. It's so detailed. When you talk about the psychology of you want, listen, if they don't have a problem, create one and then be the solution. Okay. If they don't have, if I'm living a great life, are you okay? You're living a great life. Well, I tell you what, you probably don't have an extra $10,000 to spend on blah 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 each month, right? Let them create the problem. Everyone has a desire, so just find it and then create a solution to help them get to that desire. Most people will tell you, oh, I work my job, I make good money, I'm doing good. Okay, well, how many vacations do you take a year? How many times do you take your wife out shopping just to take her out shopping? Oh, well, I don't have that kind of money. There's a problem. Let me show you the solution. Okay, give them a reason. Give them a reason. And I'm telling you, they're going to take action. The only reason why they don't is because they don't know who's leading them. And even and with automation, the thing is, 90% of it, your business is 90% automated. So you got to put in 10 or 15% of the work. Are you really going to complain about 10 or 15% of the work? Absolutely not. You shouldn't. A real leader does what has to be done to build their business and build it the right way. Because you're not just building it for yourself. You got family you want to help out. And imagine if you can help them duplicate what you're doing. That's more cash flow in your family. That's kids' college fund. That's vacation time. That's whatever you want. But I promise you guys, before I ever made 6 figures, I was living in a car. Go read my story. Living in a car.
It's true.
Homeless, guys. Living in my Toyota. That's a 2010 Toyota.
Talk late night. We used to talk late at night there, Gerald.
Yeah. I'd be in tears, man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Bob.
The other big thing here was the leverage that you folks have. When you brought up the other day about the spinning wheel, not the roller coaster.
Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. I mean, think about that. Every time you come down, you come off, you collect,
back up.
you go back in, and you go on to the next page, and then it just continues and continues. Leverage is a very major thing that you have here with this.
Yes.
And it's easy to capitalize on that leverage if you understand the process in building it. Don't make this harder than it has to be. There's no need for that. All right, guys. So I don't think I see many more questions. So I'm going to dive into, I'm following. Okay, thank you. Great analogy. Okay, good.
And here's what I want to add, Joe, before you jump in anything else. One of the things that gives me an upper hand on calling people is I try to identify their pain and then I give them a solution. But I can promise you this, no matter who I talk to, the first 3 to 7 answers that they give me are a lie. And the reason people lie, and you can think of this, is people don't want to be vulnerable. People don't want to express their true feelings. I'm struggling. I'm not making money. I'm being laid off. They don't want to do that because we don't want to look vulnerable to another human being where, listen, the only thing that separates us and a lion is we got a subconscious and they don't know we'd be eating each other. So people are going to lie to you 3 out of 7 times with a system that he has here. There's no intimidation. They're alone. They're home. They're comfortable. They're going to be real with themselves. And that's what really sold me on this, was that it eliminated all of those excuses. Because if you don't understand the lie, you just missed the whole sale. And it's hard to identify them. It takes a lot of time. Somebody might say, you don't know what you're talking about. You get upset. But that's a lie to be defensive that they really do need your help. They just don't understand how you can help them. This system does it. Go ahead, Joe.
And that's the key, guys. When it comes to automated system, the biggest thing is, how do I do all of it? How do you guys do all of this is the question. How do you go through and learn every process? Yada, yada, yada. How. And remember what I said. Don't worry about the how. Who? Who can help me do this? Who can get it done quickly? You know, as far as moving forward and having these things in order. Yes, Gerald Allen, but there are obviously there are lots of people that can help you guys do it, right? But at the end of the day, I had a conversation with Steve, and I said, okay, well, what would help your team? What would really help motivate them? And you guys have something. I wish USN was around 4 or 5 years ago when I really started hammering down on this stuff. We wouldn't be on this call because I'd be out somewhere in the Caribbean. I'm telling you that now. Easy. But that's okay. It's now, and I think the purpose of that is so that I can help you guys build something massive. But it's going to take each and every one of you guys to take action. You gotta build a system, and if you don't build a system, then you gotta do it old school. Get on those phones. Start knocking on doors. Make something happen. Start bringing people in front of whatever it is you have, or get a system and drive people to that system. And that's all automation. Remember, you're either going to put a lot of time into it or you put money into it. You're trading one for the other for now. So what Steve and I talked about was us helping you guys build your funnel, us helping you with your autoresponder series, et cetera, et cetera. Now, to build the funnels the way I build them, you got to have a system that costs $100 a month, costs $100 every single month to build them the way I build them. You can go find another system out there, cheaper, free, Wix site, all that stuff. It's not going to be as high converting just because it's not going to give you the options that you get with what I have, okay, or what we have. Or we can build a funnel for you. And basically, all you need is autoresponder. We'll get you set up with an autoresponder. We'll get you set up with an autoresponder series, teach you how to send out emails along with giving you the first few emails, putting your information on those emails so you don't have to do it. Putting your link behind the capture pages. You can have one just like we have. And it's not corporate. And I can promise you, it would take 1,000 people on this particular website before it got saturated. And even then we can change it at will. If you wanted something to say something different, if you wanted a different background image, whatever you wanted could be done. It's going to save you time. It's definitely going to save you $100 a month because we're going to build it for you inside our system. And you'll have your own autoresponder, so you'll own your leads. Now, if you don't want to, do the whole leads thing, I can tell you the cost for autoresponder is like $1 for 30 days, then $20 a month. If you don't want that and you want your leads to come to our system, then what we'll do is we'll create you your own list inside of our autoresponder. And that list is designated to you. It's going to have your information in it, and it's going to have your email series in it. Okay? So all you'll pay is a setup fee for that. But you'll have your leads being emailed with your information, with your links about your opportunity.
Now,
Not
Gerald,
ours. Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I did want
Sure.
you to add this. With what we have right now, we're not upgrade guys, so this is limited. I mean, I'm not trying to sell you, but we can only put in so many funnels in that one site before we have to lift our package to another level. So make sure you cover that, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm only right now, I can probably take, I think maybe 10, 15 people now. And then I won't be taking anybody else. I'm probably going to stop it at 10, and then I won't take anybody else probably till mid-February, maybe even early March. I don't know yet. It depends on if I decide, we want to do that, because there is work involved. I mean, there's things that I have to do, and I have other things that I'm doing. But if somehow I'm able to move the speed, if I'm able to get enough time to put in, let's say, if I get enough time to get it done, then I can take more, and I'll let Steve know as we go. All right, so you can have your own autoresponder series, right? Your own autoresponder, $1 for 30 days, and then I believe it's $20 a month, or you use ours, one-time fee, you use ours, and we'll cover it every month because we already have one. We'll just create your own list and your own, and I'll show you. We'll do a live thing together so that we can get out of the questions answered. It'll be, well, each person will have to get with me one-on-one to get this done quickly. Okay, and it won't take more than 20 minutes. Okay.
Guys, and I know you've been on these calls before. We're not trying to upsell you or
No.
I'll show you my phone. I just got two messages from Celestine and from John that they want it. And here's what he's giving you so you understand. We're housing that funnel system. We're paying for it monthly. We're not asking you for that. We're asking you to come in on that funnel, but there's only 10 spots left. You are going to be responsible for your auto responder, but he gave you that figure already, $20 a month to be able to control your own leads. And if you don't control your own leads, I'm going to have to give you a call on the side and wake you up a little bit, because the leads are what gives these guys the leverage to go from business ABC to business BDA or XYZ and make 7 figures in each of those businesses. This is where I truly screwed up. I never captured a list. I can go on my SS West 900 and put in Bob, and I'll come up with 50 Bobs, but they're not in an autoresponder. So if I was to say to AWeber, can I bring all my Bobs over to AWeber? AWeber is going to say to me, no. Well, why not? They're on my email list. How did you get them? I got them off different sites. Prove it. But when you get run through a funnel system, you no longer have to prove to AWeber, because you're telling AWeber, drop them in my autoresponder, put them in that autoresponder. That's how you build a list that you can take to any company. You can build multiple streams of income. You can start inviting people that don't accept USN to other things, whatever you choose to do. But if you don't have your own autoresponder set up, you're mad crazy.
Yeah, and again, if you don't want to set your own autoresponder, if you literally don't want to spend the money, you're like, well, I don't want to pay monthly, then I'd rather just pay you guys to do it. That's fine. We'll create the list for you, and you'll see it. I'll show you and make sure you see that it's all done. But you're gonna have to pay. There is a fee to this. There's a fee for the funnel. There's a fee for this. Again, you're basically paying $100 a month for your funnel setup. For the system I use personally, we're not charging you that. Not even close. Not even close to $100 a month. Okay, it's all one-time fee. All right. So I was talking to Steve about this, and I'm gonna let Steve discuss with you guys. As far as AWeber goes, I do suggest, in my opinion, because you're gonna drive traffic. There's paid traffic and there's free traffic, and we're gonna discuss those in depth. We're actually gonna have a training next week on how to really, in fact, I'm thinking about doing it Friday, actually. You guys let me know if Friday works for you guys. I wanted to do a training on traffic generation only after we decide who's moving forward with funnels. And even if you're not moving forward with funnels, you're still going to have the ability to learn traffic generation. So don't miss it. Let me get my schedule together. If it's not going to be Friday, it's going to be probably Saturday. But I'd like to.
Talking about this Friday, Gerald?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna unmute everybody, and then that way you can hear what the people say. Okay.
Yeah. Is everybody okay with either Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
Let me get some yays or nays for Friday first. We'll do a traffic generation.
Everybody's unmuted.
Okay. Friday good?
Yes.
Okay, Friday.
What time Friday?
What time, Gerald?
You tell me, Charles. You tell me when you want me here.
I think this 9 p.m. Eastern sounds like a good time. Seems like we were able to get.
Okay.
That way, our West Coast people are just after dinner, and
that's good.
It's not too late.
Guys, listen. Make sure you share this with everybody on the team. Okay, everybody. I don't care if they don't have the funnel. It does, that's going to be a big part of it. But learning traffic alone, and then we can decide on funnels later. For more people who want them, I will open up more slots. I will, if I must. If I know there's a high interest and you guys really want to get it done, but my time is extremely valuable, just like yours. Okay. I am going to be a part of building USN because there's a big part of it that I have that we want to take people from USN growing to another business that will produce just as big. Okay, so we want you
Okay,
guys to be able to
I'm
see
gonna
that
mute
coming.
everybody else
Yeah, go
out,
ahead.
Gerald, and then I'll open you back, and you can open yourself back up.
Perfect.
Yeah, Joe. Did
Yeah.
you mute me out? Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. Why don't you touch on that? I know this is going a little bit far, but why don't you touch on that multiple streams, what we're looking to do into 2019? This, I really think the whole game plan would help.
Sure.
Charles, I think you muted everybody out.
I did, but except Gerald
I'm
can
here.
go ahead and
Yeah,
unmute
I'm
himself.
here. So
And I sent you another text, Steve.
So
Thank you.
USN, guys, is the starting point of building a massive platform for you guys on automation that will allow you to get into the affiliate marketing arena and build multiple streams of income on autopilot. When I say autopilot, once the system is set up, literally, it's driving traffic. Literally. Driving traffic, letting the email autoresponder series work for you. Okay, we are building something in 2019 that is going to create, and when I say this, I'm not saying it lightly, 6-figure earners, big time. USN is just one part of that. We're looking at taking automation so I can teach you guys affiliate marketing. And I'm talking about, listen, guys, I'm not joking when I tell you I've had $10,000 days. That is not a joke. Back to back to back to back to back. I've made a lot of money online, and I've done it through e-commerce. I've done it through affiliate marketing. I've done it through CPA. Okay, and I can teach you this, and I'm going to for those people who want to run. I'm not going to charge you all this money to learn this stuff. You simply need to join what we're doing, and that's it. It's as simple as that. You're going to get all of the stuff. Yeah, you're going to make the money, and I'm going to show you. You're going to use it to carry you along. The most important factor here, guys, is leveraging what's already in your hand and making it work. Now, there are going to be some of you guys who are like, hey, Gerald, I want to know what you're doing right now. Sign me up. Okay, great. We'll do it. But I don't want you to get so confused and so overwhelmed that you forget why you're here. Start with where you are and work your way up. Okay, this is not about forcing you into doing anything you don't want to do. This isn't a sales pitch. The fact of the matter is, guys, I know what works. Look me up. I know what works. Look at my Facebook. Look at the people that I'm connected with. I'm connected with some massive 7-figure earners, and a lot of them I've had lunch with. I've gone over strategies with. I've helped them with funnels. This is not a joke. I build client funnels to this day. Okay, I build client funnels. That thing you guys saw there is nothing compared to what I build. Nothing. I have people that pay me in their little brick and mortar businesses to build them and run traffic. Build them funnels and run traffic for their dentist office and for their orthopedic office and for their attorney and their CPA and all that stuff. I do this. This is what I do. But when it comes to what our plan is for 2019, it's about automating and creating an affiliate team that's so big. I want my team making a minimum of, and I'm dead serious, call it what you want to, from each business, a minimum of 10 grand a month from each business. Minimum on autopilot. What are they doing? They're just driving traffic. The system is built for you. That's what I do. I build systems. The system is built for you. All you have to do is put in the funds and let it go to work. Drive the traffic and let it go to work. It's that simple. So we have, and we'll go into this, guys. When I start teaching you guys how to actually break each piece of this down, Friday when we go over traffic generation and Facebook ads, because I really want to talk about Facebook ads, and I'm starting there because I just, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Just knowing the little itty bit that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to try not to overwhelm you because I'd like it to be a Q&A type of thing on Friday. So, anyway, so Steve, what is our offer for creating their funnel in our system and offering them Aweber? If they want their own Aweber, Charles will send them a link for Aweber so we know they're assigned to us. And I'll teach you guys about this kind of thing in a minute. Charles, if you can find yours, let me know. we'll get that to everybody who wants AWeber. If you don't want AWeber, but you want it, but you want it through us, that's a one-time fee. And then a one-time fee for us to build your funnel and ClickFunnels. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the first 10 people. Okay, I can work with. Okay.
You got 8 now. You got 8.
Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Well, 2 more people. Here's the deal. It doesn't mean everybody else is. On Friday, I will know how fast I can get these other funnels done. If that's the case, I'm gonna let anybody who didn't get a funnel, I'm gonna open it up to everybody at that point. But I have to make sure that I can get it done swiftly. That's the key. The key is to get you guys your funnels done in 24 hours to 48 hours, okay? So basically,
here's
that's
the urgency, medical. Joe's going through some problems right now medically, which he's got a pretty good grasp on, and he's got some support with me and Charles. But at any time, guys, he can have medical issues that pop up for him. So I want you to understand that the faster you react, the better it's going to be for you. Now, he made one other statement, and I want to really dig into really deep. He said, make sure you get everybody on this call Friday. And I want you to understand why. This is all, I want you to dig down in your mind. How do you make money in USN? By the people, the 14 people coming on your board underneath you, causing the 8 to pay you up. So if you got the funnel running, it's going to help you. But if you have your people that you personally brought into USN running with that funnel as well as you, it's going to put the process on turbocharge. So I want you all to work on your people, get them on this call Friday, drag them. I don't really care. If they don't want to change their life, then replace them, man. Just replace them. But do what you need to do.
Steve,
I can't.
Renee Bowers raised her hand. She can unmute Renee Bowers.
And go ahead, Renee.
You're down to 7 now. I'm getting text messages that, everybody has a text number. Okay, brother, I got you.
So you guys, to build a funnel the way I'm building it, obviously it's $100 a month.
Yes, you want me to cover that?
I want you to cover that. Go ahead.
Okay. The funnel that Joe is offering you is $100 for him to build it, for each and every one of you. If you want to go buy the system that we have, you're going to be paying $97 a month just to keep that system running. You don't need to pay that. Once we build the funnel, we'll house it in our system. The autoresponder, I got to bring Charles on. Charles, what is an autoresponder running right now?
$20 a month.
$20 a month to get charged?
Yeah, it's $1. It's $1 for 30 days, $20 a month, and then they can keep that. If they want their own, that's a good deal. If we build a list for them, then we'll just charge them a one-time 20, and we'll run it.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll charge them, say instead of $20 a month, we'll charge them $10 a month.
You're down to 6. Rini would like to come on that funnel. She just wrote down on the bottom. You're down to 6. Listen, and with everything, as you're making money, you'll scale it up. Like we're going to have to scale up our autoresponder. We're allowed so many emails in that autoresponder for 20, then it goes up to 40, 90, whatever it may be. But listen, as long as it's not coming out of your pocket like USN,
there you go.
Who cares what you're putting into your business to build it? It's someone else's money providing your business. And then you can take your profits and start to put them into multiple streams. Listen, USN is going to be here for a long time. Why? Because I really do have a good personal relationship with Charles Morgan. He was on the call last week. And I know where Charles's heart and his mind is. He's stable. It's going to be here for a while. But let's say we were in a company that decided to pack their bags up for whatever reason. You got to start from scratch over. And I've been there too many times. I mean, just too many times. Me and Joe were laughing about this. I don't know if you guys remember something called HYIPs. High yielding income programs. You used to put 100,000, hopefully you get 120 back in 4 days or 1,000. Yeah. Well, I call them heart attack programs because you would be up 24 hours a night, hoping that the site would last as long as your money multiplied or came mature. And most of the time it didn't. So we're just looking for an easier system, a system that's going to do the work for us, a system that's going to work 365 days a year, guys, 7 days a week. 24 hours a day. It's going to do the telling and selling. It's not going to screw up. It's not going to complain. It's not going to take sick days. It's not going to tell you that it doesn't want to work today. That's all gone. And I think that's the thing that you really need to sink into your mind.
Yeah. And again, guys, it's the point. The reason for this is you want automation for one reason and one reason only: to free up your time to focus on the things that matter in building your business. As we progress, and for those who follow us beyond USN and into affiliate marketing, which you guys, I can't even explain the power of affiliate marketing without getting too overjoyed. So we're not even going to discuss it right now. I will tell you this though. What I teach in there, what I'm going to be teaching you guys is it's going to blow your mind. Guys, I've paid tens, actually hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn what I know. I've paid a lot of money from a lot of people, big people, to learn this stuff. If it wasn't for Steve and Charles, I would not be on this call. I would not teach what I'm teaching. But the business that they have is so powerful. The platform and opportunity, and what the goal is in building a real team of people who we really help set free over the next 12 months. Their ambition and goals are what drive me. So for me, and I've got other people that'll be coming in, guys, that on my end that are big people. We've been in communication for the last 3 or 4 days on a lot of the things I'm doing. And they're going to be coming in, and you'll get access to some of these people and helping you guys learn things. I mean, I'm going to be teaching everything I've been learning and still learning, from email marketing to how to actually segment your leads, how to when to cut your leads, when to get rid of subscribers, how to talk to your subscribers, to the process of a funnel building. So in case you want to create a funnel yourself, or maybe you want to start an ad agency, you want to help people bring ads to their business, or you want to start an e-com business outside of USN. Like the whole point is to give you opportunity after opportunity. And all you have to really do is apply what you're taught. Apply, guys. People were paying me $10,000 for 8 to 10 weeks with me on stuff like this. Okay, I'm giving it away because I know, number one, my health is an important thing to me, and I don't want to leave this earth not giving as much value as I can. That's a really important thing for me. But number two, I know what it's like to just need a little help and not get it. Just need that one thing out of all those things, that one little thing can make you a 6 or 7 figure earner. That's why we're here. So we will help you build your funnels. We will help you with Aweber, unless you want to get your own Aweber. This is what I want you to do. I want whoever wants what. Steve, I don't care how many responses that you get. Just keep me posted on the responses. I need to know probably by tomorrow who wants what. And what I'd like you guys to do is message Steve or Charles. I'm going to need several things from you. Okay, number one, I'm going to need obviously your first and last name. You'll send your payments to Steve or Charles. You will not be sending them directly to me. You send them to them. If you want us to use our Aweber, let me know. Let them know. If you want your own Aweber, let them know. They'll send you a sign-up link for Aweber so you're attached to us. Okay, and I'm going to need your username for USN. Okay, so make sure, and Charles, if you guys can just reiterate that to whoever contacts you, what is needed. What system they're using, if they need our Aweber link to sign up for Aweber, et cetera, then we'll go in and we'll help them. If we're using ours, we'll create a list for them, blah, blah, blah. Now, Aweber is going to cost you $10 a month with us. So you won't pay $20 a month, you'll pay $10 a month, but you have to pay that monthly fee. Okay, $10 a month, you'll just pay it to Charles or
Charles will take it in.
okay, pay it to Charles, and then we'll take care of it from there. Okay, $10 a month to use our Aweber. So you're going to save 50%, $10. We'll have your list through us. We'll get you set up. We'll do all of that stuff. Or you can pay $20 a month, which is not a big deal, right? And we'll still help you set it up, okay?
You know what? I think we got another special guest. We got a minute for a break there.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done, guys.
I see Mr. Morgan on there. Charles, you here, buddy? Can we get you on out? Can you get Charles out? I'm Charlie O.
You can
Yes, I'm
unmute
here. Can you
yourself.
hear me?
Hey, buddy, good. I was just talking about you. How'd everything go? I was telling people about your Detroit venture today.
Oh yeah, it went totally great. We did a nice excerpt for the public broadcast station, and yeah, it was a success. Made a lot of new contacts there. We're putting together a big committee. We're gearing up for a lot of things to happen here in 2019. It's going to be the best is yet to come. And you know, I came in kind of late. You know how I do. And I was driving for most of the part, but I see that you guys have something that seems to be pretty trendy. I've been doing my research about the affiliate marketing and everything, and that's a huge industry. And that will be definitely an asset and a plus to whatever, our USN members have going on. That's going to give them that cutting edge break because, people run through their hot market so fast.
Yes.
you got to step outside of your hot market, which is, family and friends and people right there. Affiliate marketing is going to let you, attract the world. There's so many billions of people out here, and that's going to be, a tremendous vehicle to go ahead and put in place. So I didn't get the guy's name that was talking. What was his name?
I'm actually going to get a call with you tomorrow with, that's
Great.
Gerald Allen Jr. He's been a friend of mine, Charles, for about 10 years. He's, I got the same kind of relationship with him. We're honest as the bone. So, Gerald, if you unmute yourself, come out and say hello. This is Charles Morgan. He's the founder and creator of USN.
I was going to mention, Steve,
Hey,
you have,
nice to meet you.
hey, Gerald, nice to meet you as well, but I didn't know Steve had all these secret weapons he keeps pulling out. Like, man, what's this guy? Man, Steve is the man out here. So I look forward to talking with you, Gerald.
Absolutely.
Things. And on a private note, I'm gonna try to see if I can buy you.
No, you know what? You have access to them, and I will make sure that I'm going to get you over this video. But just not to cut you off, and I'm sorry, Charles. Over the years of building this industry, we've been through so many ups and downs that one of the most important things, and one of the things I probably excel in, is keeping relationships with people through good, bad, and ugly, unless they're not worth it. I'm just being honest with everyone. But Gerald's one of those relationships that I've built over the years. So now I have a need. He has a solution. So, we have a lot of them. And I'll be pulling a lot of rackets out of our pockets because Gerald does deep too in the industry.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Like I say, always time, for the members that are on here, hey, pieces of the puzzle. Everybody, it's not what you know, it's who you know that gets you where you want to be going faster. So
there you go.
It's a perfect collaboration. So, hey, definitely, I look forward to that communication on tomorrow. Definitely.
And the truest saying is success lies just outside your comfort zone.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The main thing is just try. You got to try different things. If one thing doesn't work, especially in your hot market, you got to do something different. Otherwise, definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over. And that's why so many people in, different ventures and multi-level marketing, they get burned out real quick. They keep jumping around, trying things. It's not what they're doing. It's just how they're doing the process, the road they're taking that's leading them no results. So you got to go ahead and sometimes jump. And it's going to sometimes take a little money. But that's the whole point about being an entrepreneur. It takes money to make money.
Now, I want to be honest with all of you. You're listening to someone who's turned me down on basically everything I tried to provide. So I see them in the background watching everything. So Charles, Mr. Morgan is very protective of USN, extremely protective of it, and it's a good way because he wants to make sure it's not solicited in the wrong way. He wants to make sure that nobody comes back and uses our shortcomings and blaming USN for him. So by him coming out here and promoting this, number one, Gerald, I'm honored. Number two, thank you, Charles.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm honored that he's backing that.
All right.
I'll have you over recording by tomorrow, okay, Charles?
Sounds good to me. Look forward to it.
And you know what I was thinking about after you got off the phone? I was laughing. You said your friend is just opening up. Well, he's a brother like another mother with the four tops.
Yes.
I say the original four tops were making $5,000 a show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just.
You believe that?
Yeah, that's just his starting wage right now. It's supposed to go up. In less than a year, he'll pretty much be up to about 10,000 more a show.
Yeah.
Lead, and they're about to cut a new hit record. So
They talk about some of these people that that are so rich, like Beyonce, JC. Can you imagine what the Temptations would be worth if they were getting paid the same money? All of them, even Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Four Tops, they go hand in hand with the Temptations.
Yes.
They're still, hey, believe it or not, they're still selling out. 20 and 30,000 people at a show. Still, they're still showing them out. So
I used to go see them all the time when I was younger.
Yeah.
I used to go see Howell Melvin and the Blue Notes. I used to see all of them.
Yeah. It's still happening.
That's my music.
Yes, sir.
Okay, everybody. So we're going to meet Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I really want you to reach down to your people because your success depends on their success and vice versa. And if we all work together and get this thing running, I'm telling you, by the middle of February, you're going to see some explosive action get going. Probably even sooner. So are we good? Joe, you want to close out with anything? Charles, I don't know if you want to give out and you should give out whatever account you want to take in, or you want to do calls privately. You tell me how you want to handle it, brother, because I know you're very tedious when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk. We'll talk after. I'll be here to support as much as I can. My schedule's getting every day.
I know, buddy.
New things happening. They're pulling me off. We got some things over there going on in Africa, so it's getting every day. It's getting more hectic and hectic. But staying busy means that money's being generated. So
yes.
I look forward to working with you, Steve, and company. And we're just gonna have a great year. That's okay. The hope. We're gonna have a great year. Everybody stick around. Don't leave before you get your 90-day benefits. Ride it out for a full year, matter of fact. And you'll see 2020, it's gonna be incredible by that time.
Actually, I want to hit on something Mr. Morgan just said. Guys, through my journeys online, there's one thing I do want to tell you. Give it 90 days. Put in an effort. And when I say 90 days, I mean, I want you to drop everything else, and I want you to focus on if this was your last 90 days to make it work. If you had to give it everything you got, I mean you had no. This was it. It was either do or die. That's it. There's nothing else left. This is the last chance you get to change your life. Give it 90 days, and I call this a 90-day blitz. I want you to go work as hard as you can. I'm going to be here to guide you when it comes to automation, when it comes to traffic generation, when it comes to learning how to remove yourself from the warm market per se, and how to tap into a cold market and get them warm on demand. Okay, I'm going to teach you what it takes to communicate to people what you have in a way that's not salesy, that's not wishy-washy, but that gives them something that they can say, this is long term. Okay, if you're in this because you think I'm gonna make it one time, I'm gonna make a little bit here and then receive some donations, and then I'm gonna drop out and go to the next thing. You shouldn't be here, because you're not just wasting our time, you're wasting yours. And I don't mean that in a negative way. What I'm saying is, you can only be pushed as hard as you're willing to push, right? You can only be pushed as hard as you're willing to go. If you don't want to move, you're not gonna move. You can have all the tools, the sources, the resources, everything you need. And if you don't act, well, then nothing happens. I want to leave you with this. Imperfect action beats no action every single time. Imperfect action beats no action. So I want you guys to consider every day, starting Monday, after we have a traffic call, I want you to consider Monday, this weekend, think about what you want to do in the next, where do you want to be in the next 90 days with USA? Where do you want to be? Once you understand where you want to be at, then I want you to think about how you're going to get there by Monday. So this weekend, where do you want to be? How am I going to get there? And then Monday, let's get your plan in action and go to work. And I promise you, by Friday, if you're consistent in your actions, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're going to look back and see how much more you've accomplished, and you're going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel accomplished because you've done something, as opposed to sitting there and wondering, man, when is it going to happen for me? Don't be a wannapreneur. Be an entrepreneur. Be somebody who goes out here and puts in the work to get the results they want. I've never had results dependent on somebody else. I can promise you that. Until I learned how to act, until I learned how to do things on my own, until I took one step forward, I never moved. Once I started taking that one step, next thing you know, one step became 20, 40, 60, 100, and so on and so forth, because I took action. So you guys have a vehicle tool here right now. It's amazing what you guys have in front of you. All you need to do is act on it. Ask the right questions. Well, actually, there is no wrong question. Ask many questions. If you don't know where to go, where to start, what to do, how to do it, find out. You guys know what Google is? It's my best friend. Go to Google. Go to YouTube. If you can't figure something out or you can't learn it and you don't know anyone who can teach it to you, go out there and Google it, YouTube it. Find a solution. You have something that's powerful for you. Listen, I had somebody tell me the other day, they got involved in a business. They paid like $1,500 to get into this business. And this is not like USN because it's a donation platform, but it's a business nonetheless. And when they got involved in it, they said, I spent this $1,500. I should have just stick with my $25 business because this business is harder than a $25 business. I said, well, why didn't you stick to the $25 business? He said, at the time, it was hard. But it wasn't that the $25 business was hard or the $1,500 business was hard. The problem was he wasn't willing to do what it takes to learn. He wasn't willing to do what it takes to take action. What he wanted was, here is this easy button, push it and watch money spit out. That's what he wanted. And I told him, I said, listen, I can't help you. And it wasn't because I didn't want to. Actually, it was because I didn't want to, but that wasn't the only reason. The main reason was because all he wanted to do was pay me to do everything for him. And the problem with it was that would last however long he was willing to pay me, and then he'd be out of money, right? Because eventually he's got to have enough money coming in to not only supplement paying me, but taking care of his family and things like that. So I told him, let me show you what to do. Feed a man the fish, feed him for a lifetime, teach him, feed him for a day, right? So let me teach you. And then you can go out and make a decision whether you want to use what I taught you or not. So with everything you guys are getting thrown at you, learn from it. Take notes. Learn from it. Take notes. Ask questions. Implement. Because if you sit on this information, I promise you, you're not hurting me. You're hurting you and your team. So that's all I want to leave you guys with. Remember, imperfect action is better than no action. So make sure you act on that. Get in connection with Steve. Friday, we're going to go over traffic. Most likely, we're going to start with Facebook advertising, a bit on how Facebook ads works. Some of the rules and regulations with Facebook. We'll probably go over some Google ads, possibly. I'm not sure yet. Facebook is very detailed. So it might take quite a bit of time just to go over like the basics alone. It's very detailed. And I'll show you some live campaigns that I'm running for something totally different. But the point is you'll get to see how they look. Go from there. Okay? So thank you guys for having me on here. I appreciate it.
Joe, thank you. Thank you, guys. This is probably the best call you're ever going to have on. Mr. Morgan, you can invite anybody you want on this call. I'll get you out a link. You can send it to them. Listen, guys, if you honestly knew in your heart of hearts that if you put in 90 days of consistent action, you could live a life like nobody else lives, would you do it? That's a big question. If you knew in 90 days your life would greatly change, would you give up 90 days? Would you cut off that TV? Would you get yourself out of bed? Would you stop doing different things that you've been doing? Because I'll tell you, I even find myself searching around Facebook, starting to read posts, playing around in my email account. When I go into my email account, sound for me, everybody? Not anymore. Because I have a direct path to where I want to be from A to Z. And that's what this system has generated to me. So listen, if you want to change your life, I want to change my life. Get to your team members, tell them they got to come on a call. They don't have to make a decision, but they need knowledge to not make a decision or to make a decision. When somebody makes a decision based off lack of knowledge, that's usually suicidal. So Get them on the team, get them on the call. We're not going to keep you much longer. I didn't want this call to go this long, but I'll tell you what. This call's worth $1,000 alone, maybe even more. But thank you, guys. Love each and every one of you. Thank you for sticking by me through 2017, 2015, 2018. But I promise you, 2019 is a whole new ballgame. It's called automation. It's called reaching out to your boundaries, because we all have conversations. I think maybe 2 people on this call I don't have conversations with, but I will be. Rena, you'll be one of them. James, you'll be another one. And you all say the same thing to me. My family and friends don't want to know it no more. NFL club. The people on Facebook, they're all pitching me, pitching that, pitching this, and I understand that. I get the same thing. The only difference between me and you is I'll call 40 people a day and push through. But I tell you, that's your art. That's a gift, but it's a dying gift. It's a dying gift, and the reason for it is it dies with me, because when I'm not here, and nobody has learned that art, it's a gone art. Here, automation is here to stay forever. So please, man, step into the future. And like I always say, leave the past in the past. Anyway, with that being said, love you guys. Have a good night. Charles, you want to cut it out? You can cut it out. We're good to go.
All right. I'll just say that if anybody wants to send you an email at sswest900@gmail, and then I will respond to them and take care of the issue with the payments.
Okay, that's good, because you got access into that email.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't you read that email back slowly, Charles?
sswest900@gmail.com. Or as they say in the military, Sierra, Whiskey, Echo, Sierra, Tango, Niner, 00@gmail.com.
There you go. Thank you. Okay, guys. And I
God
say
bless
that's
y'all.
a break. Yes,
All right.
God bless you all. Thank you, Charles, for that. Thank you all. Wow, it was a long call, 2 hours. God bless. Worth every penny, though.
Good night. I'm
Good night,
muted,
guys.
everybody. Say good night.
Good night, everybody. Have a good night. God bless you all. Thank you.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you.